Welcome to the breakdown where we break down all the messed up anime, and this show made me lose my damn mind. You guys and Small Coffee Cake voted for me to talk about Higurashi When They Cry, one of the most infamous anime I've ever seen. Based on a mystery virtual novel, this is the original Doki Doki Literature Club, mixing cuteness with horrific terror. Terror that befalls the small village town of Hinamizawa, and newcomer Geiichi Maibara finds himself isolated and horrified trying to survive a death curse trapping him and his group of friends. It is not that simple. A time loop is central to the story, and so the anime's 26 episodes is divided into various arcs that often restart that time loop. Because of that, it would be dumb as hell for me to talk about the whole anime in just one video. So this video, we will talk about the first arc or chapter and learn about the dark history of this small town. But if you guys want me to make this a mini series where we break down each crazy arc in their own individual video and eventually solve this whole mystery, then you gotta do 3 things. Comment down below, hit that like button, and ring the bell like you're the chosen undead. If you want to see what happens, including all the messed up parts, stay tuned for the breakdown. Cue the Gohan. The first 5 seconds of this anime reminds me that this might be the most Dora the Explorer ass scene we will see so far. And we don't skip intros in my house. You will sit there and watch the whole thing. It's the year 1983. And here's Geiichi, who is moved to the small village of Hinamizawa and is surely gonna lose his marbles. You can't trust Japanese small towns anymore. This future adulterer is followed around by this squeaky little mouse, Reina, and class leader, Mion. Village so small, the class has elementary school brats in the same room as the high school idiots. After school, Reina drags him to a garbage dump to put him where he really belongs. She wants to dig up a Colonel Sanders statue. He runs into Tomitake, a photographer who I know must be broke, but he brings up a rich story of a horrible crime, a murder. When he asks Reina about it, she's sus. She doesn't know anything about some horrible crime. Geiichi's about to get gaslit by the whole town. Mion admits that a while ago, the government came to evict the entire village so that they could build a dam. But the village couldn't give a damn. That would flood the whole area and everyone would lose their home. She says the village leader went to Tokyo to protest the dam's construction, but absolutely no murder took place. Don't spread any more lies, Geiichi, or you might end up missing. Geiichi later helps this little goofball unbury her Colonel Sanders statue, but he also sees magazines talking about the nightmare tragedy at Hinamizawa Dam. A man was hacked to pieces. And the murderers are still on the loose and may be close to home. In episode 2, Geiichi is less interested in Kanto fried chicken and more interested in figuring out why people are hiding a horrible death. A horrible death connected to the Cotton Drifting Festival, a yearly event where cotton absorbs all the bad, evil energy and is allowed to flow downstream. Reminds me of that one movie, Noroi, The Curse. After the festival, Geiichi sees Tomitake talking to Takano Mio, whose voice is butter to my ears. That voice could learn all my worst secrets. Hello! Mio is odd. She knows Geiichi's whole life story, and Tomitake the photographer tells about that horrible crime that happened during the Cotton Drifting Festival. He says that the crime, the death, was punishment by Hinamizawa's guardian spirit called Lord Oyashiro. Every year after that, someone dies during the festival. Freak accidents similar to Final Destination. And every death is related to the original victim. That original victim who supported the dam being built. Listen, blah, blah, blah. Someone is going to die tonight. The next day, Geiichi gets a visitor, Detective Oishi. Oishi says, Tomitake died last night. The autopsy says that he cut at his own throat with his own nails. Keiichi has to live with the knowledge that this town is suspect, and he can't even tell anyone. Both Reina and Mion whisper that next day, wondering who could be next. Keiichi confronts Reina for keeping secrets from him, and she breaks. She accuses him of lying to them, knowing he talked to the police, and screams at him that he's the liar. You ready to head back to Tokyo, big buddy? Let's get the fuck out of here right now. The detective calls later that night from a mahjong parlor. I feel sick thinking about mahjong and trying to 100% the Yakuza series. He hangs up when his dad knocks, but Pop's got tea for two. His dad mentions that Reina just came up here. Reina had splinter celled her way up and listened to the whole conversation. Is Keiichi next? In episode 3, bro is so terrified he wakes up with a fever. Going to the doctor's office, he overhears some young ladies talking about Tomitake's death and that Mio went missing. Keiichi has lunch with Detective Oishi, learning that the first victim of the curse was the father of Satoko. Oh, I haven't mentioned her before, huh? She'll actually be dumb important, so remember her. Overall, it appears that everyone who has died due to the curse is related to Keiichi's gaggle of friends, every single victim. And we also learn that Reina, despite her cutesy appearance, is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She got suspended from her last school for breaking the windows. The funny thing is him still acting all goofy around them, knowing that his life is on the line simply from being around them. They know he's been snitching to that detective and put needles in his food to kill him. They wanted him to know it. He begins to write about all he knows, fearing that he may soon be silenced, hiding the info in a clock. He's determined to not become a victim to a curse or his weirdo friends. Hell, he almost gets turned into a roadkill by this NPC. Nah, don't you crazies act all nice after trying to kill me with needles. Dude's gaslighted 100%. We don't got time for Doki Doki. He gets a bat, but then the ladies say he's acting just like Satoshi did. Satoshi was the big brother of Satoko, who also wielded a bat and went crazy. In episode 4, Reina went full Arkham Asylum. Girl, I'm lying to you so you don't kill me. But Keiichi is so angry, he breaks the hinges on his door, screaming, "Go home, go home," in the most nutty way possible. That's when the detective drops a bombshell. He mentions that Reina transferred to another school, but broke all the windows. You said that, Spooky, we know. But she also beat up 3 dudes with a bat. Luckily, nobody pressed charges. I'm more scared of her than Lord Oyashiro. Even though they act crazy here and there, they switch back to acting all nice and worried when they see his actions are similar to this Satoshi person. And randomly, Keiichi becomes all crazy and angry. You think that these people offed his parents or something. Don't think you can get rid of me like you did Satoshi, he screams. Mion says that old bastard should be sleeping with the fishes for yapping the truth. If a girl starts laughing at me like this, with a cleaver equipped, it's time to move time zones. Reina says she regrets that Satoshi went missing, but had nothing to do with it. Lord Oyashiro decides everything. This girl's a few sandwiches short of a picnic. That is until a dog suddenly gets attacked by some random boomers. What the fuck? He wakes up watched over by our favorite psychos. They laugh in his face, telling him that he will be drugged. To stop them, he uses his bat and squashes them like watermelons. Just like we saw in the beginning. Right as a white van pulls up, Keiichi writes a note explaining that Reina and Mion are the true culprits and they drug people with a chemical that makes them go crazy and off themselves. He sneaks out, running away, and calls the detective, but he speaks nothing but jibber-jabber, hoo-ha on the phone, until he mentions that Oyashiro exists and won't stop following him. He sounds terrified. He can't even turn around and starts clawing at his own neck before saying sorry. After investigating his room, they find some of the secret notes. Please uncover the truth, are the final words of Keiichi. Rest in peace, brother. In episode 5, this is the beginning of a scene that I'll never forget. This frame alone is synonymous with disturbing anime, but that's a story for another day. Keiichi's late for school and Miso... Huh? Aren't you supposed to be dead? And you dorks are all friends again? What the hell is going on here? Somehow, it's like time has restarted to the beginning, but with a completely new set of events that will surely lead to ultimate despair. What is this curse of Lord Oyashiro? Why has time completely looped back? Is this friend group doomed to suffer a terrible fate forever? Maybe we will find out in the second arc of Higurashi, When They Cry. The most disturbing moment in this first arc chapter is probably the moment where Keiichi was absolutely terrified by that curse, running after offing his friends. You could feel his terror, his confusion, not to mention how he just clawed himself to death. What a crazy way to go. Most enjoyed moment of this arc is this crazy, crazy ass girl. Cute 1 second, psycho the next. If you want to continue a mini-series breaking down the Higurashi When They Cry anime, hit the like button and let me know if you like this anime. You'll probably be horrified to see Midori. I got it for you right here. This anime, whoa, that's all I'll say. You might also like another interesting anime about an odd curse affecting a town. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to see more Spooky Rice. Thanks for watching. Spooky out.